at the Avery Museum. One of the things we're always talking about in Minimalist Garden is managing the stuff that falls off of the trees. What we do is we just start cutting off the branches here. So, and what I think of it as, you know, creating building material here. So, want to start cutting these branches off, and this is a really good tool for this. But this will cut anything. See, even this up to a ½ inch or so, cut that right off, no problem. I like to do this. Really good exercise, and you get to see how these plants are put together and learn a little bit about them. See all this bending and this movement with my hands, and all this material we're going to leave right here. This is where it fell. We're just going to help it along so that it'll decompose faster. And one thing about the Minimalist Garden, you don't need to spend a lot of money and haul this stuff away. Anything that is produced on property, organic matter that's produced on property, can easily be reabsorbed by that property. And that's beneficial to the property and to the plants. The thing about this particular tree, you know, it has nutrients in it that it's produced from the sun and the water and the minerals that are very specific to it. Here's our piece, our old technique here. You know, use your arms, your hands, your legs. Simple tool. We got a nice piece here. We're going to do something with this, but right now we're going to lay it over here, and then we're going to decide where to do it, because that's a real nice piece for landscaping. There's a technique, and it may seem a little new age out there, but I know from experience, I believe very strongly in what they call Zen. You know, so Zen is, and we've explained it before over the Minimalist Garden. It's the ability to take something like this and then allow the surroundings and the piece to let you know where it is that it wants to be in this landscape. I'm hearing right here from now. So this is kind of where it fell, which is ironic. So we can start to look at that and use that as our starting point to develop a treatment around this tree here. The thing about this is you're interacting with your environment. By doing that, you're learning about it, you're understanding it, and the plants will tell you a lot if you listen.
As you see the result here.
Yeah, so you know, remember how that was. You know, maybe a few minutes. Next thing you know, you've got an arrangement around that tree made up of materials that came from this neighborhood. The beauty of leaving everything to the best that you can. All the organic matter on the property as close to the area from which it was produced as possible is a really good technique. And we found that throughout the Minimalist Garden. Number one, the plants really like it. Number two, it creates some habitat. Number three, it even is decorative. You have to look at this, and that's what we keep trying to say, you know, minimalist technique is looking at things in a different way, you know. So you have to look at this treatment and see the beauty of it. That's not what we're used to. We're used to big piles of homogeneous mulch that's all, you know, piled up most of the time, which is not good for the plant anyway. You know, but that's what we expect to see. And then when we come and see something like this, we have to change our paradigm. We have to change how we see things. This is the kind of thing, it's kind of like weeding, you know, when you look at the task, you think it's formidable, but once you get going, once you start doing it, you see, you know, this is pretty easy and good exercise. You see, we're looking at this material now in a different way. All of a sudden, it's more than just a fallen branch. It's building material. That kind of thing is a very good foundation for habitat. Some people, when you tell people that you're trying to build habitat, and just an example of how paranoid we are of wildlife, insects or animals, the first thing people think of course, is, you know, rats and snakes. That, oh man, you're building that habitat and it's going to be filled with rats and snakes. Not true, but a common misconception. And that fear makes people do things that are out of line. Hands and feet, best garden tools. Yeah, this nice foundation for habitat. We call them hobbit houses. Remember in the garden, that's what we call them. And the thing about that in the garden is that all those hobbit houses we had like 4 or 5 years ago, they've all broken down now. They're not there anymore. There's all this stuff. This is just a way of, you know, creates temporary habitat. Is a yard, a form of yard decor. And also it just, when it's broken down like that, it will decompose faster. Alright, so there we are. Remember, hands and feet. And let the material tell you, let it talk to you. That's the minimalist branch cleanup technique. As you can see, minimalism doesn't mean do nothing. There is work involved, but it's exercise and it's minimal, and it utilizes the material to incorporate it all back into the landscape. Thanks, folks. See you next time.
See ya.